Rockies on a 4-game winning streak coming off a sweep of the Royals at home. Now Rockies on the road taking on the 51-31 Minnesota Twins here at Target Field. We have a few AAA returns to talk about. Jonathan Daza called up from AAA. Also, John Gray making his first start in his return from Albuquerque, and Brian Mundell making his major league debut in the lineup. Rockies will face an old friend today, Kenta Maeda, making his 17th start. Rockies have seen a lot of him with the Dodgers. 2.93 ERA in 92 innings, 103 strikeouts to 30 walks. It's been a solid start to the Minnesota career of Kenta Maeda. Maeda 6-4 in his career against the Rockies, a 3.01 ERA. Here's David Dahl leading things off. On a very good stretch right now, he's batting .269. Maeda's first pitch is going to miss outside. Twins are tied for first place in the Central with Cleveland right now at 51-31. Rockies remain in last place in the National League West, but they've clawed back a little bit. Dahl swings and grounds one foul down the first base line. Well, it's a very nice night here at Target Field. A little bit humid out there, but clear skies to speak of. Some rain much earlier in the day has moved out of the area. Dahl swings and lines one towards left center field, and that is out number one. Let's look at the rest of the starting lineup for the Rockies now. Left fielder Dahl batting second at shortstop. Trevor Story batting third. Third baseman Nolan Arenado batting cleanup. The designated hitter today, Daniel Murphy, here in an AL ballpark. Batting fifth, the second baseman Ryan McMahon. Batting sixth in center field, Garrett Hampson. Batting seventh in right field, Sam Hilliard. Batting eighth, making his major league debut, is Brian Mundell. And Drew Butera, former Twin, catcher, bats ninth. Trevor Story takes first pitch strike in the upper regions of the zone. So Drew Butera getting to see a couple of his former AL Central teams in a couple series in a row. The Royals, now the Twins. Comes an 0-1 to Story. It's going to miss outside. Story batting .257 on the year, has 5 triples. That is tied for second place in the NL. Good power numbers this year for Story. And Rockies are happy to be in an AL ballpark because of the DH. Rockies have had a hard time finding out who should sit because everybody's been on fire. And Charlie Blackmon, as you noted, is not in the lineup. He had actually tested positive for COVID-19 in real life, and we decided to place him on the simulated injured list, and as a result, Jonathan Daza was called up. Trevor Story swings and misses. That's the first strikeout of the game for Kenta Maeda.
Batting third, the third baseman, Nolan Arenado.
And that will bring up Nolan Arenado batting third today. Usually bats cleanup with Blackmon out for the time being. Arenado in his .332 batting average will be in the number 3 spot. First pitch is swung on and popped up. Over there is the third baseman, Donaldson. Josh Donaldson signing with the Twins this year. He puts it away, and that'll retire the side. We go to the bottom of the first, scoreless ball game. John Gray making his return from AAA, and he had a couple solid starts to end things off on his most recent stretch for Albuquerque. 2-7 in the big leagues this year. 5.55 ERA in 58 1/3 innings, 49 strikeouts against 21 walks. And Gray looking to come back, kind of like German Marquez did. He's been very good since his return. Jorge Polanco leads things off, batting .337. He's on an 8-game hitting streak right now. First pitch from Gray is taken for a strike. Good-looking curveball there. 36-44, the Rockies' record. As we mentioned, that is last place in the National League West. Ryan McMahon is at second base today. Sam Hilliard in right. Brian Mundell getting his first action. Is a big leaguer at first base. Simulated action anyway. 98-mile-an-hour fastball missing high to Polanco. Bunt attempt by Polanco, and he bunts through it. That's going to be strike 2. Gray kicks and deals. Swung on and missed. Got him on strikes. Good slider from Gray. And that's a pretty good way to start your return to the big leagues, I would say. That'll bring up Marcus Semien. He was involved in a simulated trade. Eddie Rosario and Nick Gordon going over to the Oakland Athletics. Again, this is just in the simulation. But Semien, the Twins adding him to bolster their chances of a first-place finish in the American League Central. 8-game hitting streak now for Semien. Hitting .272, 14 home runs, 39 driven in, and an .823 OPS. Gray kicks and deals. That one swung on and fouled out of play. Quickly 0-2 now on Semien. Very good defender is Semien, and that can be attributed to a lot of hard work. When he first went over to Oakland, he was leading the American League shortstops in errors by a large margin. Now he's turned into a plus defender. Gray's windup and the 1-2 is swung on and chopped foul. Swung on and missed. Got him on strikes. Another good slider from Gray, and he strikes out the first two batters he faces.
Batting third, the second baseman, Luis Arias.
Good start to this one for John Gray. It's going to bring up Luis Arias, batting .319, 3 homers, 15 driven in. He takes first pitch, called a strike that time with a curveball. Arias takes a look back at the home plate umpire to make sure he's got his spectacles on. Gray into his motion windup, and the 0-1 is swung on and cued towards short. First Twin to put the ball in play. Story fires and got him, and that will retire the side. Mundell picks it for his first receiving his first catch. We're after an inning of play. Scoreless Rockies and Twins. Here is Daniel Murphy. He's the designated hitter today in this American League ballpark. The designated hitter will move to the NL at least in 2020 when baseball does get underway. And here on Purple Rose Sim, we will continue to bring you games until the first exhibition game that the Rockies participate in is played. I am not exactly sure how to interpret how we've heard the latest rules, and there sounds like there will be a few exhibition games, but whether or not all teams will participate in them or if that'll be just a few select teams, we will have to wait and see. Murphy batting .270 on the year. Makes a pitch inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Murphy really getting that batting average back up. Not long ago it was about .245. That was just a couple weeks ago. Swung on and missed for strike 2, really tying up Murphy. Inside of that curveball is Maeda. And that swung on and grounded foul. Twins very active this offseason as they lost to the Yankees in the postseason in 2019, looking to get back at it this year, and they had a very good record last year. Easily won the AL Central. Ground the third, that is out number 1. Give a check of that defense now for the Twins. Left to right in the outfield, Nelson Cruz, Jake Cave, and Max Kepler. Infield corners, Josh Donaldson and Miguel Sano. Up the middle double play combination, Marcus Semien and Luis Arias. And Alex Avila will be catching for Kenta Maeda. Already, we're seeing a few of the Twins additions around the infield and outfield. Ryan McMahon, 22 home runs on the year. That ranks 3rd in the National League after Nolan Arenado. And then Eugenio Suarez of the Reds. 48 runs batted in, an .873 OPS. Lots of power from Ryan McMahon this season. The 1-0 from Maeda is swung on and fouled out of play. McMahon has 48 runs batted in. That ranks 2nd on the Rockies to, you guessed it, Nolan Arenado. The 1-1 is going to miss low and away. It's a hitter's count now on Ryan McMahon. Not a whole lot of velocity from Maeda. He won't touch the upper 90s like Gray will. Really mixes his pitches well, and he's had a really good start to his career as a Twin. After having a lot of success against the Rockies as a member of the Dodgers. 2-2 pitch. That one's high, and the count goes full. Garrett Hampson on a real hot stretch right now. He's waiting on deck. And hot stretch, we can say that for a lot of Rockies hitters right now. McMahon swings and lines one towards the gap in right center field. That one's going to be cut off, and McMahon will have to hold with a long single. Jake Cave playing center field is able to cut it off and does a good job of holding McMahon to the one base hit. And here's Garrett Hampson now. You can see much different numbers depending on where he's playing. 298 is overall average, but he's hit 426 at Coors Field, only 160 on the road. So he has enjoyed the home cooking. First pitch here is going to miss low and away, ball one. Hampson has some history against Maeda, 2 hits in 8 career at-bats. 1-0 from Maeda is swung on and lifted in the air towards left field. Cruz going back on this one. He's going to get there in front of the track and almost had some trouble with it at the very end there. But he will put it away for out number 2. McMahon will have to hold.
Batting 7, the right fielder, Sam.
And Sam Hilliard, he's on a very good stretch right now. 7 home runs. He had a stretch of 5 home runs in 3 games. A 3-homer game on the last homestand. And he's looking like a much different hitter than the hitter that started the season, struggling quite a bit. He pops one up here. Avila behind the plate in foul territory will make the catch, and that will retire the side. Let's go to the bottom of the second. We're still scoreless, Rockies and Twins. Miguel Sano has really hit well against lefties this year, 314 against them. Righties only hitting 215. Does have some good power numbers against right-handed pitching, though. 13 of his 17 overall homers that come against the righties and 35 runs batted in as well. Sano playing first base today, and the pitch from Gray is taken just a bit inside. Gray working quickly in his return from AAA. The 1-0 pitch is going to miss inside as well, 2-0. Gray showing a very good slider in that bottom of the first inning, picking up a couple strikeouts with it. Comes a 2-0, and that's in there for a called strike. Another good slider at 90 miles per hour from Gray. Off day yesterday for the Rockies, one of those days where you almost wish you didn't have the day off because the Rockies were on such a hot stretch. That one's going to miss, and the count goes full. Nelson Cruz waiting on deck. Cruz, like a fine wine, seems to get better with age. Saw that when he went over to Seattle, and now with the Twins. There's a pitch low and away. First base runner of the game for the Twins. A walk to Miguel Sano leading off the bottom of the second. Here is Nelson Cruz, 257 against lefties, 300 against righties, 10 home runs, 289 overall, 13 homers, 54 runs batted in. And first pitch misses low and away with a curveball. Cruz now has 1,802 career hits across parts of 15 seasons. We mentioned the Mariners, also time with the Orioles and Rangers. 2-0 now. Gray starting to struggle a little bit with command, it appears, as we begin the bottom of the second. This is Ben Kuchner-Kavich along with you. I want to thank Purple Row and Twinkie Town fans who are tuning in. There's a strike, 2-1 the count. I want to let you know this broadcast is not affiliated with Major League Baseball, MLB The Show 20, or the Colorado Rockies. for the Minnesota Twins. Try to keep this as neutral a broadcast as possible, though. Typically a Rockies broadcaster, have I been? There's a pitch low and away. Full count now on Cruz. Josh Donaldson is waiting on deck. Bit of a rough start to the Twins' tenure for Donaldson, only hitting .229, 11 home runs. He signed a 4-year, $92 million deal this offseason. We'll detail some more of the Twins' offseason transactions coming up in the third. Bud Black is not happy right now about the calls that are potentially being missed by the home plate umpire. John Gray not happy either. And here is Josh Donaldson. Really rough month of June for him. After May, he hit .224, then June 186. So it's been a downward trajectory for Donaldson, not what the Twins would like to see in terms of the curvature. Donaldson swings and misses. Another good slider. That seems to be the pitch for Gray today. Donaldson 1 for 3 with a double in his last game. That one's going to be in the dirt, taking off for third base, and out there is Sano. And there's one away. Big first out. Butera throwing down for the out. There's a swing and a miss. Strike 2 on Donaldson. It's a good-looking changeup from Gray. Gray from the set position is 1-2, is going to miss high. 2-2 pitch, swung on and lifted in the air towards left center field. On the run for this one is Dahl. Gets there, makes the catch, and there are 2 away. Loud out. That's all it is. Just a loud out. Max Kepler, the batter, batting .277. Let's see, batting .312 on the road, so a little bit better away from target field. A bit of a pitcher-friendly ballpark here. Full name Maximilian Kepler Rosicky, German player, one of the few Germans to play in Major League Baseball. For the Twins, he played for the Buchbinder Legionär Regensburg of Bundesliga. That is going to retire the side, a double play from Kepler. We're through 2 innings. It's scoreless, Rockies and Twins. Stepping in for his first big league plate appearance, we have Brian Mundell. Very good couple of years in 2018 and 19 for the AAA Isotopes, and just wasn't a spot for him. I thought there might be at September when the call-ups came around back in 2019, but no. 0-1 is swung on and fouled back to the screen, so starts off his career down 0-2. Mundell not hitting quite as good as last year to start his 2020 in AAA, but he was deemed ready for a call-up. Pretty good overall numbers. Batting average wasn't otherworldly or anything, but was hitting for a good amount of power. Got off to a really hot start, but then cooled off just a bit, but he's been relatively consistent. Rockies figured it was his time. 1-2 pitch is going to miss low and away. Pitch inside. Now it's a full count. Drew Butera is waiting on deck. Butera is playing pretty good right now. He's gotten a hit in several ball games. As of late, 3-2 payoff pitch to Mundell is just a bit outside, and it's a good way to start off your career with a 1,000 on-base percentage. And he worked the count back from 0-2. See a couple swings resulted in him being down in the count. And took one in the dirt, took one low and away. Pretty tough take on the inside corner, and then a pitch missed just a bit outside, so good eye at the plate for Brian Mundell. Nice way to start his career, yeah. Here's Drew Butera, 241, 1 home run, 7 runs batted in. First pitch is taken inside, ball one. Bud Black laying down the signs. So Twins set out in search of impact pitching, and they may have got it. They signed a couple of low-risk, high-reward pitching deals, but the main thing the Twins did was they signed a position player, as there's a ground ball base hit into right by Butera. Mundell moves up to second. Rockies in business now, and hey, there's no pitcher. I just remembered that. Lineup gets to turn over. Twins ended up signing Josh Donaldson for a 4-year, $92 million deal to play third base, second largest contract in franchise history. As Dahl swings and drives one towards right field, going back, and this one is Kepler. He's looking up, and that ball is gone. 3-run home run for David Dahl, his 10th of the season. And just like that, the Rockies are going to jump off to a 3-0 lead. Brian Mundell scoring his first major league run ahead of him. And Drew Butera. Take a look at this one again. David Dahl, great way to start things off. That was a big fly. Here's Trevor Story now. Still nobody out. He struck out his first time up. Story looking at an .855 OPS on his season. .256 the average, .320 the on-base percentage. So this goes to show you that the slugging percentage has certainly been there for the Rockies shortstop. Once again, I always highly recommend checking out MLB Trade Rumors, their off-season in-review series. They looked at the Twins a couple months ago now. Some other contracts for the Twins. They ended up re-signing Michael Pineda on a 2-year, $20 million deal. Brought back Jake Odorizzi. He accepted his qualifying offer. That's a 1-year, $17.8 million deal. 0-1 pitch to Story is swung on and fouled off. 0-2 on him. Twins also brought in righty Homer Bailey on a 1-year, $7 million deal. Pitched fairly well for the A's last year after a career with the Reds. It's a pitch inside, ball one. Brought back Sergio Romo on a 1-year, $5 million deal. That has an option, a club option worth $5 million for 2021. There is a $250,000 buyout. Pitch outside, count evens at 2. Josh Donaldson's deal also has an option for 2024 as well. That's a mutual option worth $16 million. And there's an $8 million buyout if the Twins choose to not exercise their side of that deal. 2-2 pitch to Story is swung on and lined towards center field. Cave coming in. You'll have to play it on a hop. Base hit for Story. And Rockies offense continues to fire on all cylinders. Twins caught them at a bad time, I think. Though anything could happen, Twins have a very good offense. Nolan Arenado popped out his first time up in the first inning. He's 0 for 1. First pitch is going to miss low. Sergio Romo came over in a trade deadline deal last season with the Marlins, and Twins elected to bring him back. Alex Avila, former Diamondback, former Tiger, former Cub as well. Twins brought him in. It's a ground ball to first base. 3, 6, and 3. Arenado grounds into the Twin killing. There's 2 away. Avila in on a 1-year, $4.75 million deal. They also brought in Rich Hill, the left-handed pitcher. Rockies have seen a ton of him, too, with the Dodgers. On a 1-year, $3 million deal. Also signed reliever Tyler Clippard, 1-year, $2.75 million deal. So Twins were certainly one of the big spenders this offseason, spending $152.3 million total, and we're not done. There are plenty of trades to speak of as well. Kenta Maeda was brought in along with Jair Camargo and cash considerations from the Dodgers in exchange for prospects Brusdar Graterol, Luke Raley, and a competitive balanced draft pick. Also, Hunter McMahon, not related to Ryan McMahon or Chris McMahon. Ryan McMahon, the current Rockies second baseman, and Chris McMahon, one of their top draft picks. But Hunter McMahon was acquired from the Nationals in exchange for Ryan Harper, so the Nationals got Harper back. And then Matt Whistler was claimed off waivers from the Mariners by the Twins. 1-1 to Daniel Murphy is swung on and grounded up the middle into center field. A base hit, 2-out single for Daniel Murphy. Twins also exercised their $12 million club option over Nelson Cruz and declined their $7 million club option over left-handed pitcher Martin Perez, who ended up signing with the Red Sox. Also, an extension worked out with their corner infielder, Miguel Sano, fly ball towards right field, towards the line. That's going to drop fair off the bat of McMahon. He's on his way to second, and he will get in there just ahead of the throw. Daniel Murphy moves up to third. Just a little flare off the bat of McMahon that was placed in a perfect position. Dropping for a two-base hit. That deal for Sano is 3 years, $30 million with a buyout of a $14 million club option for 2023. That buyout, $2.75 million. You can see a couple of the players we just talked about, Rich Hill and Homer Bailey, both now warming up in the Twins bullpen as some struggles early on for Kenta Maeda. Lots of minor league signings as well. See if you can recognize any names here, as that foul ball got a piece of the home plate umpire, and it doesn't look like anybody was checking on him. That's not very nice. Batter and pitcher and catcher, but he's all right. 0-2 to Hampson is lined towards left field, right at Nelson Cruz. That'll retire the side. We go to the bottom of the third. David Dahl with a 3-run home run. Power from the leadoff spot. It's 3-0 Rockies. Bottom of the third, here is Jake Cave batting .255, 10 home runs, 31 runs batted in. John Gray out for a third inning of work. He's got a lead to work with now thanks to the David Dahl 3-run homer. There's a pitch outside, ball one. So here are some of the minor league signings. See if you can recognize any names. Julius Chassin, there's one you definitely should recognize, former Rocky. Corey Guerin, Danny Coulomb, Blaine Hardy, former Tiger, Ryan Gartone, Juan Gratterall, Parker Bridwell, Juan Minaya, and Lane Adams. Some losses to speak of for them as well. Kyle Gibson now went on to the Rangers. Jason Castro, I believe he went on to the Angels. CJ Cronin, Jonathan Scope, both signing with the Tigers on identical one-year deals. Sam Dyson no longer with the Twins. Neither is Ronald Torreyes. Trevor Hildenberger ended up being non-tendered, and he signed with the Red Sox. Cole Stewart, Steven Gonsalves as well. So Twins last year were quite a surprise. Not only did they win the American League, but they won it by a lot, and they shocked the baseball world with a major league record 307 home runs. And that was with a rotation of Odorizzi, Gibson, Pineda, and Perez that was more middle of the pack. And those four all reached free agency. They brought back Odorizzi and Pineda. Gibson moving on, as does Perez. It was a bit of a surprising decision to see Odorizzi accept that qualifying offer. Odorizzi says he has no regrets about that decision. Alex Avila grounds one fair down the left field line towards the corner. And he's very slow, is Avila, but he will easily make it to second with a double on that one. 8th double this season for Alex Avila. Of course, leading the rotation for the Twins is Jose Berrios. So certainly some quality arms to rely on. But going into the offseason, President of Baseball Operations Derek Falvey and General Manager Thad Levine wanted to look for impact starting pitching. And Minnesota entered the winter with a projected payroll of just $64 million. They only had 2 players guaranteed anything beyond the 2020 season. Those are Max Kepler and Jorge Polanco, who, speaking of him, lines one towards left field into the corner. Avila's going to score. There'll be an RBI double for Jorge Polanco. Twins are on the board. They trail it 3-1. It's the 15th double of the year for Polanco. So Twins may have done the right thing here, because they were looking at a very measured approach to free agency last offseason, and their young core is pretty cost efficient, so there was plenty of flexibility financially for them. They did not get the big name on the market, Garrett Cole, nor did they get Steven Strasburg, or Zach Wheeler, Hyunjin Ryu, or Madison Bumgarner. There's a ground ball hit to third. Arenado makes the play.
The batter, number 2, second baseman, Luis.
Here is Luis Arraez, 0 for 1, grounded out his first time up in the first inning. Twins reportedly looked into getting Zach Wheeler and Hyunjin Ryu. Wheeler had a very strong East Coast preference, also denied the White Sox an opportunity to sign him for more money. There's a line drive towards left center field. On the run for this one is Dahl. That's going to drop for a base hit. Polanco will be waved around third, and he will score. That will make it a one-run ball game, 3-2 Rockies. And Steve Foster, Rockies pitching coach, will head to the mound to have a conversation with John Gray, who really cruised through the first couple innings. Starting to struggle a little bit here in the third. One-run ball game now.
Ball one, no strike.
Bit of a surprise that it was Josh Donaldson who went to the Twins. And second largest contract in club history. They will now be able to call him the bringer of Purple Rain. He is 34 years old, so there's some age-related risk. He has had a bit of a history with injury as well. Miguel Sano batting 2-0 the count. But Donaldson also in 2019 hit .259 with a .379 on base percentage and .521 slugging percentage. Hit 37 home runs, 33 doubles, and was very good defensively at third base as well. Miguel Sano moving over to first base. That is certainly going to be favorable on defense. Sano had -7 defensive runs saved and -5 outs above average last year at the hot corner. Donaldson, meanwhile, 15 DRS and 8 outs above average. So that should also help the pitching staff out. Certainly a win-now move, signing Josh Donaldson. We'll see how that ends up looking in the final 2 years or so of that contract. But right now, they can just sit back and relax, and hopefully it'll bring them some wins. The swing and a foul out of play. Not a whole lot that the Twins did with their lineup in terms of additions. They didn't really have to. Max Kepler playing right. Byron Buxton is on there as well. Jorge Polanco, primary shortstop. Then Luis Arias getting the nod at second base. He had a really good debut last year. .334 average and 366 plate appearances. Nelson Cruz back in there. Mitch Garver, the primary catcher. Marwin Gonzalez, Aire Adrianza are utility players. None of them in the lineup today, though. Here is Nelson Cruz. Couple men on for him. First pitch from Gray is taken for a strike. New Year's Eve was when Homer Bailey and Rich Hill both signed very cost-friendly, low-risk, high-reward deals with the Twins. Bailey actually had his first full healthy season last year since 2013, and though his ERA was .457, he did have some better advanced metrics. There's a base hit into left field. Throw to the plate is going to be late. And this game is tied at 3. RBI single for Nelson Cruz. And Josh Donaldson will come to the plate. John Gray struggling here in the third, just as Kenta Maeda did in the third. Donaldson takes first pitch strike. That's a strike of the knees, quickly 0-2 on Donaldson. Of course, there was a whole fiasco in terms of the Mookie Betts, David Price deal. The Twins were initially in on that deal this offseason as Donaldson takes a pitch outside. And they were originally, Twins were going to send Brusdar Graterol to Boston in exchange for Kenta Maeda. But the Red Sox viewed Graterol's medical records and did not like what they saw. So that deal was scrapped, but the Dodgers still worked out a separate trade with the Twins. Maeda, of course, as you know, must have gotten traded to the Twins, as he is starting tonight's ball game. And Graterol and a couple other pieces in return there. There's a swing and a miss, and that will retire the side. After 3 innings, we are tied at 3. Rockies offense will have to go back to work. Hilliard, Mundell, and Butera due up in the 4th. John Gray got off to a really good start tonight. A bit rougher as of the past inning. Bud Black and Steve Foster talking things over. We're tied at 3 right now. Rockies will go back to work. Sam Hilliard over when he popped out his first time up. Kenta Maeda back to work for a 4th inning, and hopefully he'll like things better here in Minneapolis. It was actually revealed he asked out of L.A. as he was frustrated by his lack of a consistent rotation spot. Surely, though, the Twins will provide that for him. Dodgers were just at a lot of different options to use. You can't blame Maeda. He has been very solid. Pitches high 2-0. Also learning some news. Nick Roque of The Athletic reporting that Chad Bettis, longtime Rockies pitcher, he signed a minor league deal with the Yankees this offseason, but he decided to retire. He said, "Today I'm walking away from the game with my head held high, knowing that I pushed my body as far as it could go physically." We certainly wish Chad Bettis nothing but the best. He was a very good story for the Rockies and certainly enjoyed having him in a Rockies uniform when he was in the organization. So happy trails and best wishes for whatever's next for Chad Bettis. Here comes the 50th pitch of the ball game for Kenta Maeda. And it swung on and lined into right field, a base hit. Leadoff single here in the 4th for Sam Hilliard.
The batter, the first baseman, Brian Mundell.
Brian Mundell, second Major League plate appearances, swings and fouls and out of play. As for the bullpen for the Twins, actually had a pretty good one in 2019. Taylor Rogers, the closer, really break out. Also setup man Tyler Duffy and Trevor May finally was able to be healthy. And Zach Littell. Let's see how, I want to make sure I pronounce that correctly. Littell. Yeah, got it right. Starter turned reliever was Zach Littell. Twins also re-signed Sergio Romo. He played very well for the Twins down the stretch last year. Pitch outside. Hitters count now on Mundell. Also well-traveled reliever Tyler Clippard joining the Twins on a 1-year deal. Clippard can really retire left-handers at a good clip, but of course the 3-batter minimum rule is in effect. There's a line drive towards the gap in left center field. This is going to be the first Major League hit and RBI for Brian Mundell. Hilliard will score. RBI double for Brian Mundell. Get that baseball. Rockies take a 4-3 lead. How about that for your first big league hit? Of the go-ahead extra base variety. And not Stu Cole will get that one. It's good to see for Brian Mundell. Already had his first run scored. Now he's given his team a 4-3 lead. I'd say that's a solid addition to the lineup. And Drew Butera will bat. Still nobody out. Runner in scoring position for him. Swinging a foul out of play. It's going to miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Butera 5 for his last 12 at the plate. That's a .417 average in a very small, admittedly, sample of 3 games. So Twins head into this season with a serviceable rotation, a quietly strong bullpen, and what could be Major League Baseball's most potent lineup certainly was last year, depending on what metric you look at, but they are certainly the favorites to win the AL Central in our simulation, tied with the Cleveland Indians for first place right now. Cleveland, of course, cut spending a lot last year, when really there was a core they could build around, I would think. White Sox are significantly ramping up their payroll, meanwhile. Last year, the Twins beat Cleveland by 8 games in the division, and Chicago by 28.5. It's a pitch low and away. Butera draws a walk, and David Dahl will come up with a couple men on, nobody out. A couple men on, just like his last plate appearance back in the 3rd inning, when he hit a 3-run home run to break open the scoring for both sides. As for what the Twins could look to do at the trade deadline, maybe getting some more pitching depth, depending on how productive the rotation ends up being. But, Twins finally look like a team that's about to have some sustained success. And really, for the past almost a decade, success was hard to come by here at Target Field. Now, they seem like perennial contenders for the next few years. One to Dahl is going to miss in the dirt. Avila pounces on it, ready to throw down should he need to. He does not need to. Runners hold. It's a hitter's count on David Dahl. Swung on and missed for strike 2. And swung on and missed, got him on strikes, got him on a pitch from the dirt. In fact, Dahl will not be able to try and advance as first base and second base both occupied. Second strikeout of the game for Maeda. It's the first out here in the fourth. Trevor Story will be the batter. The hope for the Twins will be that they don't have to face the Yankees in the postseason. Trevor Story takes a pitch inside, ball 1. That one's hit in a diving stop by Arias. Throws to second for the force. That's all they'll get. 2 away now.
The third baseman,
Nolan Arenado takes the pitch high and tight. The 2-0 from Maeda is in there for a called strike. Maeda looks over his shoulder. His 2-1 is swung on and fouled away. Two-two pitch. Swung on and pulled foul. We'll do it again. Up over 70 pitches here in the fourth inning now for Kenta Maeda. Throw to first. Drive back Story. And 2-2 is swung on and lifted in the air towards deep left field. Cruz going back. He's at the track. He's looking up. And that ball is gone. 3-run home run for Nolan Arenado. And tacos here in the fourth inning. Make it a 7-3 ball game. Arenado hits one 368 feet. 97.5 mile per hour exit velocity. Arenado adding to his significant RBI lead on the team. And that's going to be the end of the day for Maeda. Not able to make it out of the fourth inning. As Rocco Baldelli out to make a change. New pitcher for the Twins will be Homer Bailey. 86 and a third innings. This is his 40th game. 4-5 his record. This has been his duty this year, at least in the simulation. I think he'll probably get some starts in the real life baseball world. But here kind of mop-up duty as a long reliever. Daniel Murphy is who he faces. 1 for 2 base hit back in the third inning. First pitch is going to miss just a bit low. 7-3 Rockies after the 3-run home run for Nolan Arenado. Bailey's 1-0 is taken high, 2-0. Bailey, former Red. Remember, he had a perfect game with the Reds. So a member of the A's last year. There's a swing and a fly ball towards right center field. On the run for this one is Cave. He will run it down, and that will retire the side. Big 3-run home run for Nolan Arenado, and it's 7-3 Rockies going to the bottom of the 4th. Bottom of the 4th, leading things off is Max Kepler. Grounded out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. That came back in the second inning. John Gray trying to put up a better inning this time. His team got him off to a 3-0 lead. Then he gave 3 runs right back in the bottom of the 3rd. Rockies scoring 4 runs. Gray will try to give up hopefully 0, but at least less than that. 1-1 pitch from Gray is going to miss outside. Hitters count now on Max Kepler. It's in there for a called strike. Count evens at 2. And check swing at a pitch inside, appeal to third. Kepler did not go. Count is full. That one swung on and fouled the other way. Making Gray work here in the start of the 4th is Max Kepler. Payoff pitch is swung on and fouled the other way again. Comes another 3-2, and it's just a bit high. Not missed by much with that curveball, and it's going to be a leadoff walk to Kepler. Jake Cave will be the batter, struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. He's back in the 3rd inning. Gray will pitch from the stretch once more. His first pitch to Cave is taken inside, ball 1. Cave, the first-round pick back in the 2015 draft. 1-0 from Gray is taken inside, 2-0. That's in there for a called strike. Make it 2-1. Good 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Next pitch will be the 69th of the day for John Gray. Neither starter looks to go very deep in this one. Well, we know Kenta Maeda won't. There's a swing and a miss. Count evens at 2. That pitch count has gotten up there for both of the starters. They'll both go over 70 before 4 innings are complete for both. Here comes a 2-2. And that's high, full count now. Alex Avila waiting on deck. Gray will ask for and receive a new baseball. Ask and ye shall receive. Gray starting to like the feeling of that one now. Comes set, gets ready for his 3-2 pitch to Cave. And it's taken high and away for ball 4, so first 2 runners aboard on a couple walks here in the bottom of the 4th against Gray. Alex Avila doubled and scored his first time up, 255 his average. Always been an on-base machine, 351 his OBP. Can hit for a little bit of power too, sneaky power for Avila. Slugging just a tick above the 400 mark. Also batting .308 on the year with runners in scoring position. He's got a runner in scoring position right now. A couple Twins aboard with nobody out. 1-0 from Gray. is in there for a called strike. That swung on and fouled back. 1-2 the count. And just a little bit low. Good eye by Avila. And the count evens at 2. Two-two pitch. Swung on and chopped foul at the plate. Up over 75 pitches now for Gray. Looking still for that first out of the 4th. And that swung on and missed. Got him on strikes. 5th strikeout of the day for Gray. He gets Avila. And the lineup will turn over now for Jorge Polanco. 1 for 2, double RBI, runs scored in this game. 1052 is OPS. Very good start to the year for Jorge Polanco. He'll certainly look to make a bid for the American League Simulated All-Star Game. There's a pitch inside, ball 1. So a couple home runs in the last 6 games for Polanco. 1-0 from Gray is going to miss high. That one gets off the glove of Butera. Runners will advance to second and third. I think that will be a passed ball. And it will be. .2-0 now is swung on and pulled foul. A couple runners in scoring position now with 1 out for the Twins. Gray has had to throw some stressful pitches for sure in the past 2 innings. That swung on and missed for strike 2. 12 of 24 pitches for strikes. I'd like to see a little bit more than that here in the 4th inning. And 2-2 pitch. That one's going to bounce up to the plate. Keeping it in front of him is Butera, and the count is once again full. Marcus Semien waiting on deck. Payoff pitch from Gray is low and away. 3rd walk of this inning for Gray, and the bases are loaded with 1 out. That's going to bring the potential tying run to the plate. It's been a pretty offensive-minded game for both sides early on. And Marcus Semien 0 for 2 strikeout and a ground out on his day. Gray from the stretch. His first pitch to Semien is taken outside. Semien only batting .208 with runners in scoring position this year. Those are never the best statistics to tell you the true talent of a player, though, swinging a foul off. .1-1 from Gray is swung on and lifted towards right center field. On the run for this one is Hampson, and he will get there to make the catch. It's going to get a run home. It's a sac fly, make it a 7-4 ball game. Luis Arias will be the batter. He's 1 for 2 single RBI runs scored, picking up right where he left off last year, hitting .321, .395 on base, and .429 his slugging percentage. First pitch from Gray is inside, ball 1. Only .207 on the year with RISP for Arias. Gray trying to get out of this inning before he reaches 90 pitches. That swung on and fouled off. So it was a good start for Gray. Last couple innings a bit shaky for him in his return from AAA. There's a swing and a line drive right into the glove of the third baseman Nolan Arenado, and that will retire the side. Could have been a lot worse. After 4 innings, it's 7-4 Rockies. Ryan McMahon will lead things off here in the 5th. Tyler Duffy and Sergio Romo both up in the pen for the Twins. McMahon, good day already. 2 for 2 double and a single. Homer Bailey out for a 2nd inning of work. His first pitch is taken for a strike. There is Duffy and Romo, both getting loose in the Twins' pen. Rocco Baldelli having to go to the bullpen a bit sooner than he would like tonight. McMahon grounds one to third. Nice play by Donaldson. Throws to first. That's out number 1. Well, the final line on Kenta Maeda, not necessarily a pretty one. 3 2/3 innings, had 72 pitches, 7 runs on 9 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. He will look for a better outing his next time out. Garrett Hampson 0 for 2 today, fly out in a lineup. Look at his triple slash, 292, 370, 472. Very good stretch for Garrett Hampson right now. First pitch from Bailey here is swung on and missed. It's a pretty good-looking slider. Hampson 6 for his last 13 at the plate. That chalks up to a 462 batting average in 4 games. That one's high, 1 ball, 1 strike. Bailey a little bit more velocity than Kenta Maeda. Bailey can get up into the mid-90s. See if John Gray comes back out for the 5th. Would be very advantageous for him to have a quick, and I mean quick 5th inning is if he does. Hampson pops it up, second baseman Arraez. Nope, it'll be the center fielder Cave coming in, and he'll make the catch. There's 2 away.
Now batting, right fielder,
Sam Hilliard will be the batter. 1 for 2, got a base hit his last time up, then came around to score in the first big league hit for Brian Mundell. It's going to miss low and away, ball 1. 7 for his last 16 at the plate. Talk about hot. 437 average for Sam Hilliard. And we're just showing that for all the Rockies hitters. All of them hitting about 400 or better in their last 3 or 4 or 5 games. It's a really good stretch for the offense right now. 1-1 pitch from Bailey is taken for a strike. There's 3 of those 7 hits, home runs for Hilliard. Here's a 1-2, and it's swung on and fouled out of play. Hilliard, at the start of the year, was not getting very much playing time at all. And add to that, he was just striking out about every other at-bat, if not every at-bat, it seemed like. Now has really gotten that power stroke going and hitting a spring line drives all over the field and out of the ballpark, as a matter of fact. Here's a 2-2. That swung on and lifted in the air towards left center field. On the run for this one is Cave. It's going to be the left fielder, Cruz, to put it away. And a couple of times, Cruz has just barely been able to make that final catch. Bottom of the 5th coming up at 7-4 Rockies. Bottom of the 5th, Jeff Hoffman, Antonio Senzatella up in the Rockies bullpen. John Gray about to throw his 90th pitch. He will get a chance to pitch a 5th inning. Miguel Sano drew a walk back in the 3rd inning, so he has reached base once. Gray trying to have a quick inning. His first pitch is swung on and missed. Good start. Sano has struck out the most in the American League this year, 111 times. When he makes contact, though, it can go a long way. That one is swung on and missed, quickly down 0-2. So 5th inning, we'll check some scores around baseball. 8th inning, the Yankees lead the Cubs 5-1. Some interleague action there. Anthony Rizzo has hit his 14th home run of the year. Check swing by Sano, he did not go. And Giovanni Urshela has a couple hits for the Yankees. 8th inning, Red Sox lead the Cardinals, another interleague game. 6-1. Pitch inside to Sano. Xander Bogaerts has homered for the 15th time this year for Boston. Phillies beat the Diamondbacks 2-0. It's a final. Aaron Nola getting his 6th win of the year. Zach Gallen lost number 5. Sano strikes out. There's 1 away. 6th strikeout of the game for John Gray. So Nola went 8 1/3 innings, struck out 10. In the 8th inning, Braves lead the Marlins 2-0 in some NL East action. Here's Nelson Cruz now, 1 for 1, single RBI. 8th inning, Reds lead the Nationals 5-3. Adam Eaton has hit his 8th home run of the year for Washington. Eugenio Suarez, number 25 for Cincinnati, so he's certainly hankering for that first place in the NL home run spot. Fifth inning, Brewers lead the Pirates 4-0. Cruz swings and misses. Cruz sitting on 1,173 runs batted in across his 15 seasons. 1-1 from Gray is going to miss high and away. Hitters count now on Nelson Cruz. Dodgers and Giants play later tonight. Clayton Kershaw against Drew Smyly. American League, Orioles lead the Tigers 7-3 there. In the 8th, there's a fly ball towards left field. And getting there to make the catch is Dahl. Austin Hayes with his 9th home run for Baltimore. 8th inning, crazy eights. Angels and Blue Jays are tied at 8. Anthony Rendon has hit his 26th home run. He's got 4 runs batted in. Here's Josh Donaldson. He's 0 for 2, strikeout and a flyout. 8th inning, Rays lead the Mariners 4-3. Corey's brother has a couple hits. Austin Meadows with his 16th home run of the season for Tampa Bay. And Cleveland leads Kansas City 7-3. A couple of the other American League teams. Carlos Santana, his 16th home run of the year for the Indians, and does not bode well for the Twins. If this score holds, Cleveland will take the lead for first place in the AL Central. Next hit will be the 1100th of the year for Josh Donaldson. As Gray now is at 100 pitches, 55 for strikes, so command hasn't been there necessarily for Gray tonight, but good pitchers get through without their best stuff. And 1-1 pitch to Donaldson is swung on and fouled off. So just a strike away from getting through 5 innings, only allowing 4 runs, and in line for the win for John Gray. He kicks and deals his 1-2, and it's swung on and flared towards shallow right field. Coming in and diving, not able to make the play out there, is Hilliard. That's going to be a base hit for Josh Donaldson. Bit of a glitch in the matrix out in right field. And the batter is going to be Max Kepler. Walk and a run scored in this one. Very good 855 OPS on his season. Is TC Bear we're looking at. Jumping around for the Twins, their mascot. Pitch inside to Kepler. Kepler also has a couple home runs in his last 4 games. That's going to miss low, 2-0. Elusive final out trying to be achieved by John Gray. And it's swung on and grounded into left field, a base hit. So once again, the potential tying run will come to the plate. Really tough for Gray to just get that final out. And Bud Black's going to have to make a pitching change. He gave him a couple opportunities, Gray, to get that final out here in the 5th. Instead, it'll be a return of 4 2/3 innings for John Gray coming back from AAA. A couple runners on are his responsibility. We'll see who it is who will try to get that final out. It's going to be Jeff Hoffman. 37th game. He's got a 5-0 record, 5.55 ERA, and 61 2/3 innings pitched. 44 strikeouts, 20 walks, righties and lefties, both with a very solid batting average against him. 1 blown save on the year for Hoffman. This is not a save situation, unless he pitches the entirety of the rest of the ball game. Jake Cave 0 for 1. Pitch is swung on and ripped towards right field. Going back on this one is Hilliard. He's looking up. It's off the wall. 1 run's going to score, and that is all. Make it a 7-5 ball game. That run will be charged to John Gray. RBI double, 9th double of the year for Jake Cave. Carlos Estevez and James Pazos both up on the Rockies bullpen. Alex Avila 1 for 2, doubled and scored. He grounds 1 foul. 349 OBP for Avila, 759 is OPS. So 5 runs charged to John Gray. There's a 6th on third base that Jeff Hoffman will try to keep there. That pitch is in the dirt and blocked by Butera, who's been very busy. He's been all over the place behind the plate tonight. There's a look at the Rockies bullpen. You can see Scott Oberg in the background there. I believe he was staring at a blank wall. It didn't appear there was an opening for him to see the field in front of him. There's a swing and a miss for strike 2. Oberg, of course, the master of finding entertainment. And here comes a 1-2. That's going to miss inside. Outside full count now, and Jorge Polanco and his .338 batting average waiting on deck. It's going to be another stressful pitch for a Rockies pitcher. Here in the bottom of the 5th, Jeff Hoffman comes set. Looks towards third. His payoff pitch to Avila is swung on and grounded towards short. It's a long throw for Story, but he's got the catcher running, and that'll retire the side. It's Jake Cave who doubles to right center. And through 5 innings now, it's 7-4 Rockies. Brian Mundell has been on base twice in his big league debut. Double and a walk. RBI, 2 runs scored. I'd say that's a pretty good debut for the kid. Homer Bailey out for a 3rd inning of work. His first pitch to Mundell is taken outside, ball 1. So Mundell could be the first player in Major League history to never record an out. There's a swing and a ground ball back to the mound, of course. Bailey throws to first, and for the first time ever, Brian Mundell has made an out in the big leagues.
Now batting, the catcher, Butera.
Rockies on Wednesday announced that they signed a few of their draft picks, including first-round draft pick Zach Veen, 9th overall. He signed for $5 million, under $100,000 below his slot value for his spot. Spruce Creek High School graduate out of Florida. So he will opt out of his commitment to play for the University of Florida, will Zach Veen. Veen has been known to work out with Brendan Rodgers and the guy you see at the plate right now, Drew Butera. A swing and a foul out of play. Zach Veen said he can't wait to go hit at Coors Field where the ball flies, and he will get an opportunity one day. Veen is 6'4", 201 pounds. He's outfielder, one of the best bats widely considered in the 2020 draft class. A swing and a chop foul by Butera. Primarily in center field in high school for Veen, Rockies will see which part of the outfield is best for him. Renee Deckard had details on the signings at purplerow.com a couple days ago. Ground ball to short. Polanco makes the play. 2 gone now.
Now batting, left fielder, David.
Rockies also signed their 6th round pick, Jack Blomgren, shortstop from the University of Michigan, as we flash you back to the 3rd inning when David Dahl broke open the scoring with a 3-run blast. And it's now a 7-5 ball game. Certainly not a pitcher's duel tonight. The Vice President of Scouting for the Rockies, Bill Schmidt, has really raved about Jack Blomgren and what he has to offer. Dahl fouls one out of play. Schmidt had said that Blomgren is a tough competitor that's all about winning and about making other people around him better. Very steady player, nothing really flashy, but when he gets between the lines, he's trying to beat you. Of course, Schmidt, everything's coming full circle here because his son also plays for U of M, and he was friends with Blomgren.
I got to count 1 and 2.
So there you go. His son, Matt Schmidt. Blomgren hit .286 with 3 doubles and a home run in 2020. He reached base in all 15 games played in 2020 before the season was canceled. He's 6'4", 250 pounds. Shortstop in 2019 was named to the All-Big Ten second team and the NCAA College World Series All-Tournament team after he had 9 hits in the Wolverines' run to the College World Series championship game. 137 career games across 3 seasons with U of M Blomgren. He batted .276, won 127 for 460, had 18 doubles, 2 triples, 5 home runs, 71 runs batted in, and 18 stolen bases. Have not heard any signing terms for Blomgren, though. His draft pick has a slot value of $394,300. This has been a very lengthy at bat for David Dahl, and I thank him for it. He's given me some time to tell these tales. So right now, the only 2 Rockies who part of the draft who have not signed are Drew Romo, the catcher, and competitive balance round A pick and right-hander Chris McMahon. So we'll continue to look for those. Rockies also agreed to terms with Sam Weatherly. We'll tell you about that coming up in the bottom of the 6th. Bottom of the 6th, Jorge Polanco leads things off. 1 for 2 double RBI runs scored today. Jeff Hoffman out for a second inning of work. First pitch is a strike. As we teased coming just before the break there, Rockies also agreed to terms with Sam Weatherly. He was the 3rd-round pick, 81st overall. Left-handed pitcher out of Clemson. As a junior, he went 2-0 with an .079 ERA. And 22 2/3 innings pitched, 14 strikeouts, and a whopping 43 walks and 4 starts for the Clemson Tigers in 2020. In 2019, he spent the time exclusively as a reliever, went 2-0 with a .337 ERA in 29 1/3 innings pitched. 30 walks and 46 strikeouts as well. In the course of his college career, Weatherly, 39 appearances, 9 starts, 4-0 record, .348 ERA. 61 walks and 106 strikeouts in 72 1/3 innings pitched. Rockies have not committed to using him as a starter or out of the bullpen just yet. Bill Schmidt said he thinks that he has the opportunity to start, but they're going to do some work there in terms of mechanics and delivery. So they'll see as his career continues what will hold for him. Ground ball to first base. Mundell takes it himself. There's one away. Weatherly, best pitch has been his slider. Schmidt says he has a good arm, good fastball. Slider is his out pitch. Don't have any financial details on Weatherly, but his draft pick has a slot value of $755,300. So that is what we know at this time about who the Rockies have signed. So we'll look for Chris McMahon and Drew Romo to hopefully sign with the Rockies. It's a 0-1 count now on Marcus Semien. Hoffman kicks and deals. That's taken low and away. And low and away once more. Hitter's count now on Marcus Semien. Swung on and missed, strike 2. Good looking slider there from Hoffman. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and grounded towards second base. McMahon up at the ball, throws to first. There's 2 away. Luis Arias will be the batter. He is 1 for 3 single RBI runs scored today. Tyler Kinley and Wade Davis both warming up now in the Rockies bullpen. We'll see if one of them gets the 7th inning. There's a strike at the knees to Arias. See, Oberg he's just kind of chilling back there. He's just taking a look at the old wall. .0-1 pitch from Hoffman is swung on and pulled foul. And it's quickly 0-2 on Arias. Getting his first real opportunity at everyday starting action entering 2020. 0-2 pitch. is a check swing, and he went too far, and that's a pretty good inning for Jeff Hoffman. After 6, it's 7-5 Rockies. Story 1 for 3 on the day. Strikeout in the first. Third inning got a base hit, and in the fourth inning grounded into a fielder's choice. Homer Bailey out there for another inning. His 1-0 delivery to Story is swung on and fouled the other way. Swung on and popped up. Right there, hardly having to move, is Alex Avila in foul territory. There's one down.
The third baseman, Nolan.
That will bring up Nolan Arenado. He's had a pretty good day today. Has tacked on 3 more runs batted in with this blast from the fourth inning, a 3-run shot. Really extended the Rockies' lead at the time. Twins have been trying to claw back, though. It's been the story for much of this ball game. Twins have yet to have a lead, though. First pitch to Arenado here is taken for a strike. Arenado had a whole lot of appearances in his career against Homer Bailey, 2 hits and 6 at-bats. There's a pitch in the dirt.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Bailey kicks and fires. That is high. Hitter's count now on Arenado.
1 strike.
That's high and tight. 3 balls and a strike. Daniel Murphy waiting on deck. News came out from Kyle Newman of the Denver Post on a, Tuesday evening now, that 3 Rockies players tested positive for coronavirus, one of which was Charlie Blackmon, also Ryan Castellani and Philip Deal. Those tests came back late last week. Only one of the 3 players was showing symptoms. Don't know who it was, though. Coors Field had recently opened for workouts, but then had to shut down for the remainder of the week due to precautionary reasons. They also tested all the other players who had been working out at Coors Field, and those tests came back negative. And it was kind of, I don't know if ironic is the right word. It's something that the news came like immediately after finding out that Major League Baseball, they issued their press release about the regular season beginning for sure on July 23 or 24. Not sure how that information got out about Blackmon, though. On the Blackmon shared Instagram account, his wife Ashley expressed some frustration about the confidential medical information being leaked. Not sure if that counts as a HIPAA violation or not. Fly ball to center off the bat of Arenado. On the run for this one is Cave. He'll get there, and he will put it away for out number 2. But Philip Deal, after the news came out, he posted about how excited he was for the regular season to start, so he must have been feeling pretty good. There's been, in the last few days, even more stories of organizations with players testing positive, but it sounds like they're doing a pretty good job of, getting 3 or 4, maybe 5 cases. I know the Phillies organization had 5 players and 3 staff members back on June 19 test positive. But the hope is that if just a few players catch it, they can quarantine and everything can get back to normal. And of course, like we said, most of these players are probably not going to be symptomatic, and that's probably actually going to cause a greater amount of transmission. As one of the players was symptomatic for the Rockies, the other 2 were not. And there are a lot of states right now that have seen an upward trend in COVID-19 cases over the past 14 days, and it's not just due to expanded testing. The states like Arizona, Florida are also seeing an uptick in the percentage of tests coming back positive. 7th inning stretch time, 7-5 Rockies.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if game. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, 'cause it's root, root, root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Bottom of the 7th, 7-5 Rockies. Miguel Sano is going to bat against Jeff Hoffman, out for another inning. 2 walks today for Sano. 245, 353, 465, his triple slash on the year. That consists of the average OBP and the slugging percentage. First pitch from Hoffman to Sano is taken inside, ball 1. That swung on and fouled the other way. 1 ball and 1 strike. Swung on and grounded foul. 1-2 the count. Hoffman kicks and fires. Swung on and fouled back to the screen. Swung on and grounded to short. Picked there by Story. He's got plenty of time. That's out number 1. Nelson Cruz will come to the plate. 1 for 2 on the day. Single, RBI single, in fact. His slash 291, 384, 489. Another good year, ageless wonder, Nelson Cruz. First pitch misses outside, ball 1. It's inside, 2-0. Nelson Cruz suspended as part of the biogenesis scandal in baseball. That was about, 5-6 years ago now? Time flies. Pitch low and away, 3-0. Josh Donaldson waiting on deck. And a 4-pitch walk. That walk to Cruz. And that'll bring up Josh Donaldson. 1 for 3 on the day. Bud Black looking on in case he might need to make a pitching change at some point. Donaldson, 1 for 3, single and a run scored in this ball game. Opportunity to pitch from the set position for Hoffman. His first pitch to Donaldson is going to miss low and away. And the 1-0 is inside, 2-0. Swing and a miss. Donaldson really trying to launch there, and the count is now 2-1. Donaldson helping out Hoffman there, swinging at a pitch that was in the dirt. Hoffman comes set. Is 2-1. Is swung on and missed. Twins certainly have been hoping for more out of Josh Donaldson's bat. 2-2 pitch is going to miss outside. Full count now. Max Kepler's had a good day. He's waiting on deck. Payoff pitch. Swung on and lined towards right field. That's going to get in there for a base hit. Now the potential go-ahead run will step to the plate for the Twins. They have not yet led in this ball game. Every time the Rockies get a little bit more of a comfortable lead, the Twins make it a bit more uncomfortable, clawing right back. New pitcher is going to be James Pazos. He's on a really good stretch right now. 44 in the third innings, 3.65 ERA, 43 strikeouts, only 15 walks, 43rd game. Bit of a reverse split action going on here. 310 against lefties, 222 against righties. And here is the lefty, Max Kepler. He's 1 for 2 single runs scored on his day. It is a lefty-on-lefty matchup. Pazos shakes once, gets the sign he likes, looks towards second. His first pitch is in there for a called strike. See Cruz on second, Donaldson on first. Not necessarily the fleetest foot on the base paths right now. The 0-1 from Pazos is swung on and pulled. That is foul down the first base line, and the count is 0-2. Pazos comes set. His 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Got him on strikes. There's 2 away. Good slider from Pazos. Pazos continuing to earn a lot of high leverage, situations with how he has been pitching as of late. One of the more consistent members of this bullpen. Jake Cave 1 for 2 double and an RBI on his day. First pitch from Pazos is taken low. Pazos from the stretch. The 1-0 is just a bit inside. 2-0. Cave, likely a small sample, but he's batting a whopping .429 on the year with runners in scoring position. Swung on and missed. 2-1 the count. Pazos working quickly. His 2-1 is high. 3 balls and a strike. Alex Sevilla is waiting on deck. Pazos will try to prevent him from getting an opportunity. That's swung on and fouled back, and the count goes full. That is low, and the bases are going to be loaded with 2 outs now for the Twins. Alex Sevilla 1 for 3 with a double on his day. Also has scored a run, slugging .407 is he. Mitch Garver, primary catcher for the Twins. Alex Sevilla is certainly a very good defender and can give you that on-base percentage from the backup role. And pitch misses low and away, ball 1. Another lefty-on-lefty matchup for Pazos. 1-0 pitch is just a bit outside. 2-0. Pazos has pitched very well as of late. Rockies are going to need him to do so one more time here. The 2-0. That's in there for a called strike. Swung on and missed. Avila helps out Pazos there. The count evens at 2. Outside, full count now. There's no place to put Alex Avila, and the top of the order, Jorge Polanco, is waiting on deck. This will be a huge payoff pitch coming to Alex Avila. The 3-2. Called a ball inside, and Avila walks. A run will score, make it a 7-6 ball game. Nelson Cruz crosses the plate. Rockies are going to make a pitching change. This is Tim Collins. 26th game of the year, 21 innings, 22 strikeouts, 15 walks. That's on the high side. Another guy who's got reverse splits. Lefties batting .311, righties .111. ERA is solid. Jorge Polanco 1 for 3 on the day. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and the Twins have made it a 1-run ball game. Collins from the set position. Quite a mess he's found himself in. First pitch is a strike. The 0-1 is inside, ball 1. That is high, and now it's a hitter's count on Jorge Polanco. Twins offense will not go away quietly. This is one of the better lineups in all of baseball. That's going to miss low, 3 balls and a strike. Tying run is on third base. Marcus Semien waiting on deck, no place to put Polanco. The 3-1 is swung on and chopped foul. Count goes full. Payoff pitch. Swung on and fouled away. We'll do it again. That's low, ball 4, and this game is tied. A bases loaded walk to Jorge Polanco. Josh Donaldson comes down to score. We are tied at 7 as the Rockies have walked in 2 straight runners. Twins have yet to get a lead in this ball game. This is the 3rd time there's been a tie. Carlos Estevez and Wade Davis up in the bullpen. Here's Marcus Semien. He's 0 for 3. I guess that means he's due. Grounded out his last time up. That was in the 4th. First pitch from Collins is swung on and fouled back. Bases loaded, 2 outs, a couple runs already across here in the 7th for the Twins. 0-1 is outside, ball 1. Set the situation for you. Jake Cave on third, Alex Avila on second, Jorge Polanco on first. Marcus Semien at the plate, Luis Arias waiting on deck. 1-1 from Collins is swung on and ripped towards right field, going back on this one. And there to make the catch is Hilliard, and that will retire the side. Rockies are clinging to a tie. We're tied at 7 after 7. Ryan McMahon 2 for 3 with a double and a single today, slugging .562 on the year. Homer Bailey back out again. It's been the only pitcher that the Twins have needed after Kenta Maeda gave up 7 runs, and Bailey has really stifled the Rockies' offense. The bullpen has been struggling to hold the lead for the Rockies, swinging a foul back to the screen. Quickly 0-2 on McMahon. 8th inning means it's time to check some more scores around baseball. 5-1 Yankees over the Cubs is now a final. There's a swing and a miss by McMahon. Red Sox beat the Cardinals 6-4. That is a final. Eduardo Rodriguez, win number 5 for Boston. Jack Flaherty, loss number 8 for St. Louis. Lane Thomas hit his 6th home run of the season for the Cards. Eduardo Rodriguez ends up going 7 innings, only giving up 1 run. There's a foul out of play. Final, Phillies beat the Diamondbacks 2-0. Aaron Nola getting the win there. Garrett Hampson 0 for 3 on the day. He swings and lifts one in the air to shallow center. Coming in is Cave. He'll get there. He'll make the catch for out number 2. Braves beat the Marlins 2-1. Cole Hamels win number 7. And Caleb Smith loss number 8. Sam Hilliard the batter. Cole Hamels went 5 in the 3rd inning. Struck out 5. Didn't allow any runs. 7-5 Reds beat the Nationals. It's a foul at the plate. Raisel Iglesias getting the win for Cincinnati. Hunter Strickland the loss for the Nats. 0-1 coming from Bailey to Hilliard is taken low and in the dirt. Nicholas Castellanos hitting his 4th home run for the Reds. 29,023 in attendance here at Target Field. Brewers now have a 4-0 lead over the Pirates as Hilliard swings, pops it up. Third baseman Donaldson was playing on that side of the infield. He'll put it away, and that'll retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 8th. We are all tied up at 7. 2 of the Rockies will bring in to face Reyes, Sano, and Cruz. Here's Carlos Estevez. He's been better of late. 42 and 2/3 innings, 5.06 ERA. It's been coming down. You look at that strikeout to walk ratio, can't get much better than that. 58 strikeouts, only 10 walks. Righties have hit .323 against him, and that has been the only issue for Estevez. Luis Arias leads things off, 1 for 4, single RBI run scored. Orioles beat the Tigers today 7-3, and now it's a final. Angels have beat the Blue Jays 12-9. Pitcher's duel there. Hansel Robles getting the win for LA, and Sam Gaviglio the loss for Toronto. Anthony Rendon had 5 runs batted in for LA in that game. Rays beat the Mariners 4-3. There's a swing and a line drive, base hit towards left center field. That one's headed up the gap. Over to cut it off is Dahl. His throw to second base is not going to be in time. Arias with a leadoff double here in the bottom of the 8th, his 13th double of the season. And the go-ahead run now in scoring position with nobody out for the Twins. Tyler Kinley, Wade Davis both warming up. Miguel Sano's drawn a couple walks, is otherwise 0 for 2 on his day. First pitch is in there for a called strike. Sano 129 with runners in scoring position. That is not the highest of batting averages you will see across the game. The 0-1 from Estevez is swung on and missed. Quickly 0-2 on Sano. Good 98-mile-an-hour fastball there from Estevez. Estevez comes set, looks over his shoulder towards second base. His 0-2 pitch is high, ball 1. 99 miles per hour that time on the fastball for Wild Thing, Carlos Estevez. Carlos Estevez, also the real name of Charlie Sheen, who played Wild Thing in Major League. Nicknamed Wild Thing in Major League. 1-2 pitch from Estevez is strike 3 called. Got him on strikes. That is out number 1. Big strikeout for Estevez. And a good job of framing that one by Butera. Nelson Cruz 1 for 2, single RBI run scored today. First pitch from Estevez is a check swing. He went too far, 0-1. .875 OPS on the year for Cruz. Estevez comes set. His 0-1 is swung on and lined foul. 0-2 now on Cruz, batting .310 with runners in scoring position on the 2020 simulated campaign. 0-2 is swung on and lifted towards right. Right there to make the catch is Hilliard, and the runner, Reyes, will have to hold. There are two away. Josh Donaldson, the batter, 2 for 4, a couple base hits. Both times he's gotten on, he has come around to score a run. And strike makes it 0-1. Donaldson is doing better with runners in scoring position this year, batting .327. Certainly better than his overall batting average. Takes a pitch inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. That swung on and missed, foul tipped into the glove of Butera, and Estevez just needs 1 more strike to send this game to the 9th. We are tied at 7. 1-2 pitch is swung on and grounded to third. Arenado throws to first, and that will retire the side. Good job by Estevez working around that leadoff double. We go to the 9th, tied at 7. Rockies will have Mundell, Butera, and then Dahl and the rest of the top of the order due up. 7 runs on 9 hits for both teams. Here is Brian Mundell, good major league debut, 1 for 2, double RBI, walk, 2 runs scored for him. Homer Bailey has been the only reliever the Twins have had to use since Kenta Maeda came out after 3 2/3 innings. Homer Bailey really shutting down the Rockies' offense at 55 pitches now. He has been economical and he has been very productive. There's a pitch outside, 2-0. That swung on and fouled out of play. It's in there for a called strike. Count evens at 2. Mundell has not yet struck out in his big league career. 2-2 pitch is swung on and grounded. Diving stop by Reyes from a knee. Throws to first and got him. Nice play. And that is out number 1. Here's Drew Butera. 1 for 2 single and a run scored on his day. All tied up at 7 here in the top of the 9th. Both teams with 9 hits on the day. First pitch to Butera is taken inside, ball 1. And that's in there for a called strike. That's in there, 1-2 the count on Sweet Drew Butera, former Twin. 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed, got him on strikes. There are 2 away. David Dahl will come to the plate.
Now batting, the left fielder, David Dahl.
3-run home run back in the 3rd inning. That broke open scoring for the Rockies and both sides today. That's part of a 1 for 4 day at the plate for David Dahl. He's slugging .493 on the year. Makes the .269 batting average and .316 OBP look a bit better. 1-0 coming from Bailey is high, 2-0. Swung on and fouled the other way. We'll do it again. Hitters count on Dahl. The pitch is swung on and pulled foul. Quite a job by Homer Bailey today out of the Twins bullpen. Swung on and grounded up the middle, and the shortstop, Semien, throws it away. It's going to be an error to allow Dahl to reach. Trevor Story will come to the plate. Go-ahead run on base for the Rockies. 1 for 4 on the day, single run scored for Trevor Story. 69th pitch of the day coming now for Homer Bailey in relief. And it's high, ball 1. Not your average, ordinary relief pitcher, though, is Homer Bailey. Not many have perfect games in their careers. Lengthy history as a starter. And that's outside, 2-0. I believe I have twice misspoken today saying that Homer Bailey has thrown a perfect game. It was just a no-hitter. I'm sure Bailey, well, maybe he minds that I made that mistake, but at least I didn't shortchange him. 2-1 pitch to Story is swung on and grounded into right field, a base hit. Rockies will put the go-ahead run on second base now in Dahl. Rockies get that gift base runner on the throwing error by Semien. Then Story comes through with a base hit immediately after. And Nolan Arenado's already got a 3-run home run today. He's 1 for 4. And first pitch from Bailey is taken for a strike, just a little bit below the knees from this vantage point. 1058 OPS on the year for Arenado, in line to start for the NL at third base in the simulated All-Star game. The 0-1 is swung on and fouled back. Quickly down 0-2 is Arenado, batting .360 with runners in scoring position this year, Nolan being Nolan. The 0-2 is high and tight, ball 1. .75 pitches now on the day for Homer Bailey. The 1-2 to Arenado is going to miss outside. This is really the first trouble that Homer Bailey has found himself in all day. Very close to going over. Well, he's already gone over the number of pitches starter Kenta Maeda has thrown today, as that one misses outside for a full count. Daniel Murphy waiting on deck. Payoff pitch to Arenado is swung on and fouled back. Once more, 14 of 24 pitches strikes this inning, a very stressful inning for Homer Bailey. Once more, a 3-2 delivery to Arenado. And it's outside, ball 4. He walked him. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Daniel Murphy will come to the plate.
The back, number 9, designated hitter, Daniel Murphy.
Murphy 1 for 4, base hit in the third inning, has 5 home runs on the year. First pitch is in there for a called strike. 8 hits in 15 at-bats. That's a pretty good mark for Daniel Murphy against Homer Bailey. 5 runs batted in as well. 0-1 pitch is going to miss high. And swung on and pulled foul. 1-2 the count now. And that one swung on and hit in the air towards right field. Going back on this one is Kepler. He's looking up, and that ball is gone. Grand slam for Daniel Murphy in the top of the 9th. Breaks the tie. (11-7) Rockies. 6th home run of the year for Murphy. 384 feet off the bat. And the Twins are stunned. Make it now 6 for 16 in Daniel Murphy's career against Homer Bailey, who was so good in relief today after Kenta Maeda gave up 7 runs in 3 2/3 innings. Homer Bailey went the rest of the way, barely allowing any contact until he gives up the go-ahead grand slam to Daniel Murphy in the 9th. Tyler Duffy will take over. 33rd game of the year, 3-2 his record. 11-7 Rockies. Ryan McMahon 2 for 4 double and a single. First pitch is a breaking ball in there for a called strike. That's in there, and it's quickly 0-2 on McMahon. Inside ball 1. Swung on and missed, got him on strikes, but that will retire the side. Not before Daniel Murphy hits a grand slam to give the Rockies an 11-7 lead. Let's go to the bottom of the 9th. Bottom of the order due up for the Twins. Carlos Estevez out to start the 9th inning at least. Max Kepler, first batter he will face. 1 for 3 on the day is Kepler. First pitch is swung on and fouled back to the screen. Swung on and lifted in the air. Shallow center field. Hampson camping under it. Goes back a couple steps. Makes the catch. There's one away.
The batter, the center fielder,
Jake Cave, 1 for 2 on the day, will bat now. Double RBI for him. 770 the Cave OPS. First pitch misses low and away, ball 1. Estevez into his motion. Wind up and the 1-0 pitch. It's in there for a called strike. It's in there, 1-2 the count. 98-mile-an-hour fastball that time from Estevez. Couple more outs to get. It's not been an easy win for the Rockies by any stretch of the imagination. This is a very good team in the Minnesota Twins. There's a swing and a miss. Got him on strikes. 2 away. Twins down to their final out. Alex Vila, 1 for 3 double RBI runs scored on his day. He's the last chance for the Twins. First pitch from Estevez is inside, ball 1. swung on and missed. 1 ball and 1 strike. That's in there. Now Estevez just needs 1 more strike to give the Rockies a W in this first game of the road trip. 1-2 inside. Estevez kicks and fires. That's outside, full count. Jorge Polanco waiting on deck, hoping to get another opportunity in this one. It'll be a payoff pitch to Alex Avila. Swung on and missed. Got him on strikes. Ball game. Big win for the Rockies in the first game of this series, first game of the road trip. A go-ahead grand slam in the top of the 9th for Daniel Murphy off Homer Bailey, who had been nothing but absolutely in control after relieving starting pitcher Kenta Maeda today. Twins Rocco Baldelli stunned at this loss. Twins never had a lead in this ballgame. There were a few ties. Rockies 11 runs on 11 hits. Twins 7 runs on 9 hits, 1 error. Carlos Estevez gets the win. He's 1-4. Homer Bailey with the loss is 4-6 now. Daniel Murphy will indeed be the player of the ballgame. 2 for 5 with that grand slam. Carlos Estevez goes 2 innings, strikes out 3, allows 1 hit. Homer Bailey in 5 innings, 4 earned runs, just 2 hits and 2 strikeouts, 1 walk. But that big go-ahead home run, grand slam in the top of the 9th for Daniel Murphy is what did it for the Rockies today. Nolan Arenado also a big hit. He had a 3-run home run. David Dahl had a 3-run home run as well. Arenado actually scored 2 runs, so did Dahl. Brian Mundell, pretty good major league debut for him. 1 for 3 with a walk, a double, an RBI, and 2 runs scored. Highlights on Twins offense. Jorge Polanco goes 1 for 3 with a double, 2 runs batted in, and a run scored. Luis Arraez goes 2 for 5, double RBI, run scored. Nelson Cruz 1 for 3, RBI, run scored. And Alex Avila 1 for 4, double RBI, run scored. John Gray in his return from AAA nearly got through 5 innings, gave up 4 runs. So something perhaps to build off of for him. The important thing is the Rockies come away with the win today. Thank you for tuning in. We will see you next time.